ALA is an entire full-blown experience. It is a social experiment where you're pushed not just in class but out of class as well, where you're expected to transcend social boundaries and have lunch at an all French-speaking table. ALA is very, very full-blown, and one thing that I can distinctly remember from the second week of school is that ALA is not something that happens for you, and it's not something that happens to you, but African Leadership Academy is something that happens with you.
ALA is an amazing school. It's got students from about 40 different countries right now. They're aiming to have students from all African countries. So it seems like an opportunity to me for students to be immersed in an incredibly culturally, linguistically, and racially diverse community, and to be out of a context that they're familiar with and thrown into something completely new. It's also a different academic culture. It's primarily project-based learning.
BUILD stands for Believe, Understand, Invent, Listen and Deliver, and it's part of our EL curriculum, which is a core curriculum at the Academy. And basically what it is a human design thinking process. What we want for them is to show them a different way in which they can think through ideas or think through problems. One of the things I like saying is that seeing every problem as an opportunity and using BUILD to think through those problems.
The chaperones and the students, we had the privilege of attending classes at ALA, and I think we found that the classes were really inclusive, embracing, they were dynamic, they were interesting. I think we learned a lot about communication in these contexts. There's a balance in ALA classes between openness and respect, and students kind of honestly communicate with each other even if they have radically different opinions.
I think from this experience I've taken a sense of how to connect with people, especially people who don't have the same views and ideas as me. GFS is a pretty liberal place, and coming here I pretty much expected everyone to have the same views, and they didn't. But the way that they interacted with one another, it was very beautiful to me. Something about it was just very humane, and it wasn't attacking anyone's, religion or anyone as a person. It just was saying like, hey, I don't agree with that and here's why. But then they were still friends afterwards. They still went back to laughing and joking.
The program really involves the opportunity for students to connect and learn more about South Africa through a range of different activities, one of them being through our ALA's Entrepreneurial Leadership curriculum, the opportunity for them to visit historical and cultural sites, and just daily, day-to-day interaction with our students.
I think my single favorite moment with the kids on this trip was really just seeing them flourishing, running with their classmates in the Founders Day competitions, watching them dance at the Africa Land of Opportunities party, and also I really loved watching them reflect on the experience as we moved through it. So we had a few different periods where we would sit in a circle, have almost like a mini worship sharing following some reflective writing, and just seeing how they were processing the experience and sharing with one another and supporting one another was really amazing.
It's important for especially young people to realize that they don't exist in their immediate bubble, that there is a community that is bigger than their neighborhood, that is bigger than their country, that they are a part of, and that allows us to look at the problems that we're facing in the world in unity, not to look at them as different units in different places. And it actually allows us to work together from different places, and I think that's where you have a lot of change happening, when different people in different places are actually fighting for one cause.